All right, team, coming at you live from the Hudson Valley. Last contralateral cardio class on IG Live. So sad about that, but follow along at SOA Strength Lab, at Gerson Person. Lots of things coming in both of those spaces on Instagram, Zoom, lots of things. So stay in touch, but you can do these classes anytime you want because they will be staying up on IGTV. And yeah, so good to be here. It's a little chilly. So I'm going to keep on my little windbreaker until we warm up, or I warm up. You're probably already warm. And we are just going to get started in my favorite place. Look at me dirtying up my mat with those toe rocks, right? So rolling through the foot from heel to toe, engaging through the glutes to keep the weight from jumping into that lumbar spine as you come up onto the toes, right? We're kind of trying to counterbalance that force. And then rolling onto the outer edge of the foot. Again, pressing through the big toe ball mound when you come back down, making sure you can find that space, right? It's very hard to balance with no big toe. And last one. Good. You're going to take a step forward, come into a lunge, back knee down, reach up and over with that same arm. Rock it back into half Hanuman or half split. Come back forward. You're going to drive your front knee forward over the toes. Reach up with the opposite arm and then shift the weight back. Keeping the spine nice and long. Neutral positioning, right? Stacking those vertebrae in their natural curvature, right? That's going to look different for everyone. Keep that knee driving forward over the toes, but don't let it come in like that, yeah? Cool. One more time here on this right leg. Squeeze the glutes, lift up out of that lumbar spine. Bring your hands down towards your front foot on the inside. Right elbow is going to come down towards the ground. Lift through that back leg. Spiral open. Send that knee out towards the side. And then bring your right elbow down. We have that Spider-Man complex stretch, right? Getting into the adductors even more. Getting into a little bit of thoracic rotation, extension through the hip flexors. Good. And elbow down. And bring both hands on the inside of the knee. Come back into walk back, not a walk out, right? That's the only way I can explain it. And then you'll step forward, this time with the left foot. Back knee comes down underneath the hip. Left knee is forward. Reach up and over, driving your heel into the ground, and then come back into that half split, right? Get a nice stretch, elongation through the hamstring. You're not bending here, you're coming into a you are bending, you're coming into a lateral bend, right? So try not to dump out of the spine, but create lift in between the left side pelvis and rib cage, right? So think more space, not less. Good, getting into the ankles even more. Last time here. Good. And then you'll come forward, both hands down on the inside of the front foot. Lift through that back leg. Front knee is at 90. Your left elbow comes down inside the foot. Send that knee out to the side even more. Keep the heel down. Rotate, right? You don't want to roll onto the outer edge of your foot. Here you want to stay nice and planted. Now you can, once you're spiraling open. That feels really nice on this side. And last one. And hands down, step your foot back into plank, drop both knees down. Ooh, look at that. I've heated up enough, I think. Well, I'll unzip. All right. Now from here, you're in a tabletop position. Your hands and knees are stacking underneath the major joints, either in the axial limbs. Extend one arm and one leg back, lift up, big exhale, hand to knee, extend, inhale, keep everything square to the floor, exhale. As you come in, one more time on this side, inhale, big exhale. It's hard to do while I'm talking to you, but let all the breath out, belly button to spine. Switch sides. Think about that contralateral opposition, right? You're creating space. Exhale. Empty out all the air like you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. Heel reaches back. Hand comes forward, thumb towards the ceiling. Keep the shoulder of the left arm over the wrist. Last one. Big exhale. And hand down. Butt comes down. Okay, from here, you're going to come onto your back. You're going to hug one knee into your chest. Feel that squeeze. Start with the right knee in towards the chest. You're going to come up onto that left heel, driving through the floor. Big exhale and hold. And butt down. Inhale, extend, lift the butt up, squeeze the glute. Keep pulling the right knee in towards the chest. Butt comes down. 3 more times. Try and think of just squeezing the butt, right? So don't pull your hips towards your rib cage, right? You're not trying to make the space on the front side body smaller. Twice more. You're trying to fire up the posterior chain. Keep driving the shoulder blades into the ground. Last one. And switch sides. Okay, right heel comes down. Left knee gets a hug into the chest. And lift those hips up and squeeze. Pull the left knee in. Try and keep the back of your neck long on the floor. So almost make a double chin. Exhale, come down. Come up. Squeeze the right butt cheek. Feel it firing. If you need to, go ahead and give it a touch to make sure it's working. Keep the shoulder blades plugging down into the floor. Abs are engaged and pulling in as your left knee comes towards your face. Twice more. Big exhale. Empty all the air out of your stomach. It's not really in your stomach, but you know what I mean. And okay, so since it is our last workout, and you should be warmed up enough to take off your sweater or sweatshirt or windbreaker or whatever it is that you have that is keeping you warm from the outdoors. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of take it back to a classic contralateral workout here. So we are going to start with a single leg deadlift, keeping nice. And I'm gonna have to change my angle there, obviously, because I'm gonna knock in. So, keeping the body nice and long. Shoulders are gonna stay in the same line. 8 and 8. One side, opposite side. After that, we're gonna move into a clean. If you're using a dumbbell, it's same explosive motion. Kettlebell, you're gonna think about pulling, keeping your elbow close to the body. Arm comes down, shoulder comes back. It's easier to get off the floor. If you have a dumbbell, I'd recommend putting something blocker or cleaning from a table, something lower to the ground, but not the ground. After that, we are going to have a reverse lunge to balance. Okay, so stepping back with the same side that's holding the dumbbell or kettlebell, whatever your preference is. 8 and 8. We're gonna then take it into a 3-point row. Let me switch sides so you can actually see it. Okay, so you're gonna set yourself up in this nice long line. You can see that my front foot, I'm making an L shape with the leg. You can either use your hand for support, keep both hips square, and then drive that elbow back towards the hip. So, single leg RDL. We're gonna have the clean clean. Reverse lunge to balance. Now we've got our row. Then we're gonna take it into a lateral lunge with a little bit of opposition. Now it's going to depend on the weight. So if you want to have something that you can comfortably counterbalance with on that lateral lunge, go ahead and grab something a little bit lighter. You're gonna lunge to the side as you come down, and maybe I'll kind of like change my angle a little bit or step back so that way you can see me. As you come into that lunge, you extend your arms forward, right? So it's giving you that counterbalance, allowing you to keep your chest upright and sit back more easily. And then after that, well, we are coming in to a single arm, single leg glute bridge press. So arm up towards the sky, nice and controlled on the way down, right? We're isolating the glute. We're gonna make it a little bit more simpler today and stick on that unilateral. I know it's contralateral, I'll probably mess that up. Pressing variation there. Last one is going to be, and this is where I'm gonna switch to the plate, right? My favorite. You know, we are going to have a pull through into a push up, okay? So get yourself ready. Everything is going to be 8 reps. Slow the tempo down if you don't have more weights to increase your load. By this point, you should be able to do everything with about 30% of your body weight. So adding a little more time is going to make that a little bit more difficult for you. I've been seeing lots of ads, but let's get started, guys, right into that single leg deadlift variation, and let's count it down, right? No rest in between exercises. 2, keeping the hips square to the floor, shoulders away from the ears, hip points scissoring together, big toe pressing through the floor, same as the heel, creating an arch through the foot. 7, and last one, and switch sides. All right, coming in on that right leg. All right, so try to control that eccentric, right? That hinging portion here, squeezing the glute as you come up to stand. 5, 6, 7, right? Tucking the chin almost as you come down. It's kind of like you're looking where you're going. And now we're coming into the clean, back to that right hand. 1, right? Push through the floor with the feet. Abs are gonna stay nice and tight. Exhaling like you're blowing out candles on a birthday cake. Finishing position almost like you're hooking your thumb under suspenders, right? So you'd slide it up the body as opposed to winging it out to the side. 7, last one on this side. 8, good. Okay, switch sides, right into it. Little bit of a hinge. Get into those legs, don't be afraid. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switch the rack, right? If you want to do an extra clean on the opposite side. If this weight is a little too destabilizing, go ahead and bring it to a suitcase hold. Still going to come into that balance though. So, right knee taps back, and then up. Try not to cross through center. Straighten through the left leg. So as your right knee comes up in towards your chest, right, you're activating and creating that pattern from your anterior right shoulder to around the body to the glute, right? So it's a cross-body connection that we stabilize with. Last one, you can always put your foot down for a pause and then switch sides. Okay, here we go. Left knee taps back. Big exhale as you come up into balance. Try not to lose your train of thought. Right, pick a point that's not moving to focus on, and that will help you stabilize, right? Gymnasts say like they find their spot. Dancers have a mark, right? Last one. And coming in to that row. Oh, well, we are going to use this side, so forgive me, you're going to get a different angle. I'm going to bring my chest up a little bit and remove my hand for a little bit of an advancement. I'm keeping the angle through the back line of my body, right? Nice and long. 7, 8. Pulling with the back and not the shoulder, right? Not allowing for that anterior glide, but I really feel all the muscles on that posterior left side firing. 6, 7, 8. All right, so taking it down. I missed one. Oh, lateral lunge. Duh. Okay, so with the opposition, you know it wouldn't be a class taught by me if I didn't skip something. All right, here we go. 8. Good, right? You want the toes to be pointing straight forward, right? And don't be afraid to sit into that leg, right? It's not a shorter step that's gonna help you. It's actually a bigger one, makes it easier. And switch sides, right? You might think, oh, I can't press that weight away from me. Yes, you can, right? It's actually gonna keep your body in better alignment. You know, a lot of the times we tend to bring the chest down. This forces it up, but keeping the shoulders driving away from the ears. 2 more. 8. All right, guys, moving it into our favorite exercise, or one of mine. Ooh, I'm gonna use this so that way you guys can see me. So as I'm down here on the floor, I have one leg in tabletop. I'm driving my foot down. 2, right, like I said, we were gonna do that unilateral bridge. Well, clearly I'm not there, right? Shoulder blades pressing through the floor. Big exhale. Last one. All right, come down. And look, how do I move this belt? I forgot. All right, so drive through that right heel or your left and push through the opposite foot, right? Little chin into chest, elbow coming at 45 degrees. Squeeze the butt, right? Drive your shoulder blades through the floor. Really gonna help you stabilize. Big exhale, inhale as you lower, help control the press. Last 2. Opposite arm drive through the floor. And last one, come on down. We have got those slides with a press. And, you know, if you're feeling a little fatigued from all that upper body strength, go ahead, right? You can leave the plate on the floor or up, right? Or it allows us to use the kettlebell. pull through, press up, right? One, right? But pick it up and lift it. And then you can press on that incline. Abs nice and tight, shoulders stay square. Having your feet, there's a fly of sorts, separated is gonna help the hips from popping up. And I think this is 4. We're only doing 2 rounds. You can tack on a 3rd if you'd like later on. Good, last one. And press away. We are going to have a nice rest here. Hello everyone. So good to see you. Oh, Marissa, how are you? Oh, wonderful. Okay, I see my mom is watching as usual. Hi, Sharon. Oh, so nice to see everyone. All right, Gina, we're working out tomorrow morning, so you better not be taking this class right now. All right, guys, we've got about another minute or 45 seconds. I'm so bad with time, and I'm just like doing my hair in the camera for you, so now you know what goes on in the life of a trainer between sets. You already knew that, though. It's a lot of rambling and, you know, other fun stuff. Anyways, we are, you know, switching to back towards like normal world stuff on SSL, but you can catch me virtually for training, and I will also be starting Zoom classes soon, so look out on my page for that. And we are gonna get going in just about 10 seconds. Soon as I tie my shoe, it's gonna be at that 90 mark. I can feel it in my bones. Can you feel it? All right, guys. Last contralateral class that you will be able to access for life for free right here on Soho Strength Lab. All right, guys, from the top, we're going to take it into that single leg, straight leg deadlift, and abs nice and tight. Shoulder blades are down the back, come into that hinge, and then back up to stand. Right, thinking of a long spine, you're like a seesaw, right? You can't bend on one side of the seesaw in the middle, right? It's a straight bar, right? So think in this case of your spine moving as one unit, right? All like your vertebrae were fused together, but they're not. And last one, and switch sides. All right, here we go, guys. And keeping square to the floor, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, and last one. Beautiful, coming into those cleans. A little bit of power through this movement. 2, 3. I like to keep my other arm where it should be, you know, in the finishing position. Kind of helps remind me how to get there. 2 more. Last one. And set it down, right into the other side. Good. If you're moving that dumbbell, it's kind of like a half circle curl, right? Coming through the body, keeping the shoulder down the back, not letting it hike up towards the ears. One more, and moving in to that front racked reverse lunge to balance. So right knee steps back, or right foot steps back, you tap it down and push through the floor, right? Coming into a stabilizing position. So 1, 2, before we go back into that other lunge. Front knee is gonna come forward, outside of the knee, in line with the outside of the foot. Suction cup that foot to the floor. Squeeze the left butt cheek. Big exhale. Helps to stabilize. Last one. Don't think I forgot to smile. Clean on up on the left side. Literally clean it on up. Get it? Haha, trainer jokes. Okay, stepping back with the left foot. And 2. Same thing applies on this side, guys. 3, 4. Foot stays flexed in that dorsal position, right? You don't walk like this, right? You're not a horse. Toes up towards the shin. Whew. 2 more. Last one. And excellent. Coming in to your elongated back. Ooh, I'm slipping on a leaf or something. Back leg, long lunge, right spine nice and long. 1. Really starting to sweat now. 2, 3. Push that heel into the floor. 5, 6, 7. Last one. And switch it up. Come across the body, right? Everything works in a diagonal line here. So keeping square, heel drives through the floor. Might actually help to get my heel on the same level as my ball toe mound. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Notice how elbow directs back towards the hip, not rolling forward in the shoulder. Okay, after that we've got the lateral lunge. We're using that opposition. If you're not going to use the opposition, it's going to look like this. 1, and then back up, right? So you're coming on the inside of your left foot. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good, feet back together, directing towards the right side now. Weight in left hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Taking it in for that single leg hip extension press. Okay, and this time I'm doing what I told you. So you see I'm not like hiked way up here. My ribs are closed in and driving through. Oh no, this is the harder way. Never mind, guys. 3, 4, but you can drop your butt closer. Use the opposite arm to help stabilize. Don't let your knee splay out to the side of the leg that's touching the ground. 7 and 8. All right, carefully move that dumbbell or kettlebell preferably over and around your head. And opposite side, here we go. Really drive through the heel of the foot that's touching the ground. 5, 6, 7, 8. One more for good luck, because I really don't think I counted correctly. And foot comes down, butt comes down. Final exercise of the final set of the final contralateral cardio workout. So here we go. Pull through, push up. Right? You are lifting it. You are not dragging, because that's getting that opposite motion, right? Everyone loves to press. No one loves to pull. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you come down. Mostly that was for myself. But if I need that reminder, You definitely do too. Or maybe you don't, but last one. And team, that was that. Thank you so much for joining me on contralateral cardio. I will tag myself so you can follow along. So good to see you guys. I'm so happy to have been able to get you through quarantine with the rest of the team. So much love for y'all. I am Lee, and I am signing off. Bye. You're welcome, Sharon.